TikTok family, what's good? YouTube family, what's good with you? What's good? What's good? It's your boy TIZ back again, aka Yourself, and this is All Facts TV. Good morning. Good morning. I don't know if it's morning when you're listening to this, but it's morning here. It's Sunday morning. I'm on my way to work doing this video. This is seeming like it's becoming an obsession. It seems like it's becoming an obsession, but I just got to keep up with the work that I got to put out for this content, trying to really give y'all value. I know sometimes it seems like I'm probably reading, but trust me when I tell y'all, I am not reading. Most of this stuff that I do, I'm doing off my head. I'm doing it from memory. So I have to be writing exact with a lot of stuff. And when I go back and I got to edit, it's a lot of and it's a lot of pauses and things that I say because I got to go back into my memory and I got to really use my memory as the time I'm doing this because I'm not just talking to anybody. I'm talking to y'all. And I really, I really respect this platform that I got. And I want to give y'all some real value. So I just wanted to say that and get that out the way. Let's get back into the brass tacks of this situation, shall we? As we proceed. So I'm going to get into my past video, which was King Solomon's Temple. And before I get into that, I'm going to talk about a couple of little current events. Now, don't worry, I'm going to get right into King Solomon's Temple because that is what the main thing of the video is. But I like to do a little bit of current events just to kind of timestamp the video. So when we go back years and years from now, and we'll kind of know where I was and where we were when this video was made. So right now I woke up and like I said, it's not too much going on. Everybody's going crazy about LeBron James going to Philly, which is not a real big deal. Like, come on, man. Like, I don't know. Look, and I know this is going to sound like I'm hating, but Bron is overrated. You know what I'm saying? To me, anyway. It's been, 25 years? He got 4 championships. Now you run into Philly, trying to capture another championship. I see he signed a 2-year deal for the veterans minimum, which is peanuts. He don't need the money. So it's basically like he went over there for free. Now he's got a super team over there. So, come on, man. Like, I mean, it's interesting. Don't get me wrong. It's interesting. And I'm not hating on Bron. I love Bron. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to diminish his greatness, but it just seems like he's overrated when you throw him in there with Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. When you throw him in there with that, he's overrated. As a player, he's the man. They picked him as the king, and he's the king. I'm not going to take that away from him. But what's more interesting to me is what's going to actually happen to Bronny. So that's neither here nor there. Another thing that's in the news. I don't know, and I could have said something about this when it was actually happening because I actually watched Game and YG live on YouTube. I actually watched that live. But when I seen what it was, which was a straight gang member meeting, I kind of zoned out. And this really lets you see who Game really is. Game is a chameleon. Again, I'm not hating on him. I like him as a rapper. I liked him when he was, when he switched around and was on his whole New York style kind of thing. But now that I know who he is after all of these years, let's be clear. I'm not going to bite my tongue. He's a phony. Because if y'all watch the verses, it just seems like that West Coast thing was all the way out. And it's like, who are you, my dude? Like, are you that same dude that was a blood with Jim Jones and them in the bodega? Or are you the same one that was with Lil Wayne down south? Are you the one that was with 50? Or are you who I saw the other night? You know, blooding and and all this other stuff that he's doing. Like, I don't get it with this dude. Like, he's too much. And and another thing I saw is YG clearly won that whole thing, and Game is a wash. Let's be clear about that. Like, he's a wash. Like, he drink too much. I don't know if y'all seen it, but if you go back and watch it, he's chug-a-lugging alcohol like he's a teenager. Like, you are a almost 50-year-old man. I'm sure he's in his upper 40s. My dude, you don't drink like that no more. You can't hold that. YG, on the other hand, seemed like he was right at home. And YG's always been who he is. Let's be clear. Like, we've always knew who YG was. But the big thing about this whole thing is, you know, they took him down for unaliving one of the rappers out there. Can't remember his name. I'm definitely going to put it in the video when I edit the video. Not really into the whole West Coast scene. After this, I listened to some of his music, and his music is pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Not for nothing. It's pretty good. Oh, yeah. I remember. His name is Draco the Ruler, I believe. Draco the Ruler. Yeah, he was fatally stabbed in the neck at one of the shows. And, you know, I don't know if this dude really understands. He wasn't a gang member. He didn't pick a side. But, you know, his history out there, he went to jail for some stuff and this and that. Like, he didn't seem like he was soft, but he didn't know how to move. Like, I would have seen this a million miles away. Like, they got him going to a show. They had him book a show with Snoop Dogg and them, which is Snoop Dogg is a Crip, but you know, he's an old school OG, so he's cool with everybody. He don't have no colors, really. He's a Crip, but he don't really have no colors. So you're going to a show, and I'm sure they paid him a nice little piece of money. He's with Snoop Dogg, so he kind of feels safe. But in LA, I'm not doing that show. I don't care what you're giving me. I'm not doing that show knowing I'm beefing. Like, I'm not going to go into it here because this is not that kind of show. So, but let's just say this dude was beefing hard with YG and them, because with them dudes out there, it's a lot of extortion involved. Now, I'm being real gentle with my words because I don't really know how the algorithm is going to pick up, and I don't want them to flag a video. So, that being said, it's a lot of extortion involved out there. It's a lot of, for lack of a better word, it's tribalism. And it's like, you know, only the strong gonna survive. The big fish gonna eat the little fish out there. And to me, it just seemed like his music was too good for where he was socially with the tribe. He was a little fish in a real big pond of sharks and killer whales. So he just didn't navigate that right. His music was good. He was better than YG, in my opinion. Now, like I said, YG won this versus. I didn't really know YG had that many hits. I didn't really know YG was really like that. But he outdid Game. So I'm not diminishing his shine. I'm just not really that familiar with any of the rappers out there other than Game. So that being said, Draco's music was just a little bit better. It was fresher. It was more lyrical, and he had his own lane. He had his own lingo and everything. So I could kind of see him being the next up, filling that gap. And believe me, LA, they know about filling that gap. That's what I think end up getting Biggie unalive, because Biggie was filling a gap. So with the lane being open like that and Draco being nice like he was, I got a little dicey. Then he's beefing with MC Mustard and all the rest of that. Look, I'm not going to that concert, But he went to the concert and in real gangster fashion, the way they did it was, they left the back door open, so to speak. Not going to get all into this because it's not this video. They left the back door open and a couple dudes came in, and from what I understand, Draco, they said a couple things to Draco, and he addressed those things like a G, and it was a couple dudes initially. They left the back door open, and now it's 150 dudes. Like, literally, I'm not even exaggerating. It's 150 dudes with masks and red bandanas on. It got real red in there. You know what I'm saying? It got real red in there. And I'm not, look, God rest Draco's soul. I'm not trying to diminish that. I'm praying for his family. I'm just speaking from my heart right now. So when they came in, they had mad masks on. He got hit. He's laying there, and everybody dispersed. Nobody know who did it. But in clear gangster fashion again, these dudes start running their mouth about who did it and this and that. Now, it's all over the streets. Like, I'm not going to help the feds do their work, but I'm all the way in the East Coast, don't know nothing about West Coast, don't know nothing about this. I ain't never even been out there, to be honest with you. The closest I've been to LA is Las Vegas. So I don't know nothing about that. And I know who did the work. I know who put the work in. It was no way that you could possibly know who did this and who put this type of work in. Everybody got masks on. Everybody got red on. Everybody looked exactly the same. He gets hit. It disperses. Nobody know nothing. And I know who did it. These dudes is crazy out there. But true gangster fashion. So now YG gets arrested for that. This is the second time this happened to YG. One time, somebody used his bulletproof Escalade to police helicopters and cops and, all that gangster stuff I can't really talk about on this platform. But he gets arrested for that. He wiggles his way out of that. This dude YG really got some bread. He's not no broke rapper. You know what I'm saying? I saw the helicopter view of his house. This dude really got some bread. He got a lot of cars, and I guess the people he lent the car out, he just was like, I didn't know he had the car. The guy had access to everything I got. That was just one of my homes out there. So he jumped in the whip. He moved off, did his business. I had nothing to do with that. So he skated that. But now they got him arrested for this. I think he gonna skate this one too, to be honest with you. But from the way everything is moving and everything is going down, this being the second time, and the last time it had a lot of police officers involved, I think they're gonna cap him up. I think they're gonna box him in on this one. YG, I'm saying. They waited till right after the show, so that was to make a scene. They wanted to make a scene of him being arrested. That's why they did it right after the show. They probably could have picked him up at any given time. And them Alphabet Boys came and got him. So that being said, I don't think he got no wiggle room on this one. But that is that. Last thing I'm going to talk about is, and this has got to do with rap music because it's not really too much going on in the world right now, as far as what I know. It's not really nothing on the headlines. We already know the gas prices going up. We already know about the Strait of Hormuz and all that. So I'm not even gonna touch on that. So let's get back to rap again. I don't want to hear Jada no more. I think I'm good on Jada. In my opinion, he should have never started swinging with Joe. He let Whack Juice get on him. You know what I'm saying? I saw the last video that he did, and his verse was the weakest. I like Joe's verse better, and I like my man that is doing the chorus. That kind of makes it hot. But Jada's verse is meh. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not Conway, Machine Gun Kelly, and Griselda. And nobody want to see you old ninjas talking about cooking up crack and smelling the aroma of. I don't want to hear that from you old dudes. Like, Fat Joe, like, you're still fly, but your face is old, bro. And everybody knows that you got gray in that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who is putting the on there, the dye in your beard, but they're doing a great job. But we know it's gray there. And like I said, anytime that Jada's verse is the weakest, that's when it's officially over. The mystique is over. Batman, you took off your mask and you are now Bruce Wayne. Like, I don't, look, you got to get away. Jada, you got to get away from Fat Joe. You have to get away from Fat Joe, bro. He needs you. You don't need him. And you got whack juice on you. And Conway and Griselda are washing you up at this point. Like, they're more believable in their rap. And let's be clear, like, at this point, they are doper than you. Like, literally, they're doper than you. So we're gonna leave that one alone. I know I'm gonna have a lot of y'all mad with that, but I'm being honest and I'm speaking from the heart. The last thing I'm gonna talk about is my girl Remy. Yo, I don't know, but look, I know she wears a lot of makeup, but her makeup is class. That chick is better than she ever been. Again, like I said, I know she wears a lot of makeup. Y'all go and check out Angie Martinez and her interview. But I was very upset with the whole thing with her and Pap. I was very upset. She got whack juice on her with the lame that she was with. And now that she's not with him, the whack juice is not there, and she's shining again. Pap, I can't say he got whack juice on him, but Pap is not doing music. Pap is looking crazy right now, and I really like Pap. But he's looking crazy right now. He's not shining through his music. He's shining through his antics, and he's looking kind of like a clown. No, not kind of like a clown. He got the red nose on. So let's leave that alone. But Remy, you looking real good. And another thing I'm going to talk about is AZ. Look, man, this dude is not aging at all. His face do not look old, and he's still fly. Like, that's what you got to look like. Look, I get it. I know y'all saying, what is this old school dude sitting up here talking about all these old school rappers? Why is he doing that? I get it. But YGs, where you at? Where you at? I'm waiting. I'm a rap connoisseur. You know, I'm a hip hop connoisseur. I do this. I really look out. I look out for y'all all the time. I'm always arguing on y'all behalf. Y'all haven't been the same since the dope fiend Kodak Black went to jail. You know, what is all of y'all doing? I just don't get it. Where is y'all champion? You know? I can't really listen to Young Boy. All his rap sound exactly the same to me. Look, I'm going to get off of that, and this is the last thing I'm going to talk about. Look, Diddy ain't coming home, y'all. Diddy ain't coming home. Diddy, he's a straight psychopath. This dude is in there choking dudes out, going to solitary confinement over cigarettes. You know what I'm saying? He wants to smoke cigarettes in wherever they at, and they get in trouble, get shook down over him smoking cigarettes. Somebody in there gets their phone taken away, and because of that, he ends up beefing with an inmate. Inmate ends up getting choked out. Now Diddy's definitely not gonna make that parole. He gonna have to pull every dime, every day of that damn time. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey man, maybe he wants some Ciroc Pruno. He got some berry lemon Ciroc Pruno. You know what I mean? That maybe that's what he got. And listen, I said what I said, straight up. 38 Special, he done washed Jada and Jim. You know what I'm saying, with that Fools Make joint. And yo, Jada, just stay away from Fat Joe, man. Oh yeah, while I'm here, listen, y'all tethers, mind your business. Cam said he's not African. You feel me? His people is from Atlantic City. That's what he said. Now mind your business. I said I'm not African. Mind your business. Stop trying to tell people what they is, man. For real. FBA, keep standing on business. At this point, it ain't even about reparations. It's about delineation. I'm really feeling the delineations thing. It feels good, don't it? It really feels good, man. We is what we is. We are this country, and it just is what it is. I'm done with that. Peace. Don't forget about Plain Planet. The inspiration behind Plain Planet is not just some flat earth conspiracy theory. It's the idea that your vision of life belongs to you. You don't have to believe something that you've learned in school. You don't have to believe something that science tells you is true. You can believe what you want to believe. You could be who you want to be. This is the essence of Plain Planet. Plain Planet is a clothing line. It's a Christian clothing line on top of it that you can actually wear and be proud of. This ain't churchy or Bible thumping. This is a quality streetwear brand. This is Plain Planet. Clothing you